What's up, everybody? B Mason, Built by B Mason, owner of 3BM Golf Studio. Welcome to the Make a Pivot podcast. We all know that the pivot is one of the most important parts in the golf swing, often not discussed or talked about enough. So just like in golf, in real life, man, we make pivots, but we don't really talk about it. We don't really share them, so nobody can learn from our experiences. On this podcast, we get to talk to amazing, cool people, some players, some entrepreneurs, some just interesting people in general about the pivots that they made in their life that sent them on another trajectory. Today, we got Christian Copen, captain of the Miles College golf team. Welcome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me.
You like my applause?
I like it. That's good.
I just put them in last night. It made me feel good about myself. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I got them in there. Got the applause. Took me a minute to get to the button, but that's okay. Christian, it's good to have you, man. Thanks for joining me, man. I'm very intrigued to learn a lot. I think we all gonna learn a lot today. I'm excited about this. So we just gonna get into it. I'm gonna start all these off the same way. So, all right. Tell me, when did you fall in love with golf?
So I graduated high school in 2016. I went to Brookwood, where my mom taught.
Okay.
That's one of the pivots we'll talk about later once we get there.
Ready for it.
So I graduated in 2016. I had never played any golf before then, competitively. I mean, I went out with my dad once a year, just had a little fun, you know.
Wow.
But I had a friend that I played baseball with. I played baseball and basketball in high school. His name was Bailey Foster, and his mom started dating a golf pro at Bent Brook Golf Course.
Okay.
In Bessemer. And through our friendship, we kind of talked about going to play golf out there. We finally did it, and eventually, you know, we went out there 2 or 3 times, and I got to know one of the assistants out there by the name of Jeremy Kutch. He's now the head pro at Woodward Golf Club.
Okay, I heard of him. I heard good things about you, Jeremy. Just so you know,
he's a good guy. Love him to death. He kind of took me under his wing. You know, he kind of saw me play. Said, you know, you got a good little golf swing. You can, you know, if we want to work on it a little bit, we can do that. And I took him up on his offer, and the rest is history.
Wow. So, hold up, 2006. So, technically, you haven't been playing golf a very long time. Because I wrote in my notes, I said, hey, we're going to talk about junior golf. But junior golf is not even on the table.
Out the window.
Because you didn't even start in 2016.
Correct.
Wow. So, how did you... Okay, we're going to skip all over the place a little bit now because now I'm really intrigued. So, like, tell me about your work ethic. How do you go from 2016 to now the SIAC golfer of the year? Mm-hmm. How do you say that? SIAC? Is that SIAC?
The SIAC.
Mm-hmm. SIAC. Sorry, SIAC. I should know that, especially since y'all have a bunch of HBCUs, so sorry about that. But SIAC, we're going to talk about the SIAC too. Mm-hmm. But SIAC Golfer of the Year. So how do you go from 2016, just now playing, to Golfer of the Year?
You know, it's just hours of digging it out of the dirt. That's you got to love the grind, and that's what I fell in love with the most was the grind. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily, you know, the score. It was just the figuring out the different ways to do it.
Man, you giving hope to all the amateurs right now. They like, man, he started playing in 2016, that's man. It. God, man. Look, all y'all, I'm telling you, don't go out there. They're going to laugh at you. Don't go out there thinking you're going to just kill it. Christian is a very special individual because I play golf myself and, like, it takes a lot of work, man. So how many, if you could equate that to hours, like how many hours? You can't even equate the hours, can you?
From when I started to now?
Like how many hours have you put in?
Tens of thousands, I would say.
Probably tens of thousands of golf balls, right?
So many.
Wow.
So my hands bled.
No, did your hands bleed for real?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. My hands have never bled, nor do I plan for them to bleed. So maybe
I had some worn out grips now. That might have been part of the problem, but.
Oh, okay. So, Bent Brook, you was just out there. Is that where you were practicing that a lot?
Yes. I actually took a job out there later on after I started getting more serious into it, and so that made it a little more accessible. So
you were that guy. You would work all day and then go hit balls all night.
That's it.
Oh, man, this is getting interesting by the minute, man. Okay, so 2016 to now, let's backtrack a little bit. Okay. When you first started playing, were you just like naturally gifted, or were you like trash?
I wasn't great, I'll tell you that. I mean, my first let's see, first college event was in 2017. Actually, the first event I played in was the PGA Works when it was being played in Port St. Lucie.
Wow. Hold up. 2016.
17.
I mean, no, I'm backtracking.
Oh, okay.
So 2016, you just started playing. Mm-hmm. 2017, you were playing in the PGA Works.
Well, that was 2017, the fall season, and then spring of 2018. Sorry.
That's still close.
Spring of 2018.
You went from just playing golf to, hold up. You tripped. You kidding me. So had you ever picked up any golf clubs before 2016?
Yeah, like I said, I went out once a year with my dad.
Okay.
But nothing serious.
Nothing serious.
No.
Man, that's amazing. Your story almost crazy as mine. Like I went and played in the tournament. I had only been playing for 3 weeks. And
right.
I came in I shot like a 140. You can look up P. Bryant. He'll tell you. He can verify that story too. Man, that's amazing. So it almost, you giving hope to people right now, man. Like if you really want to get better at golf, you just got to go make your hands bleed a little bit, and you'll be good. All right. So tell me, let's backtrack. How did you get the Miles? Like we all know, let's do a little background for people who don't know. Miles is a HBCU, a historically black college and university. That's what Miles is, and obviously the rabbit in the room. You're white at a historically black university. Was it a culture shock? Tell me about it. How did this come about? Did you get recruited?
No, I had zero recruiting process.
Okay.
So the guy, Jeremy Kutch, I was telling you about, he was actually a mutual friend with Coach Smoot over at Miles, and that's how I got my foot in the door, and he took a chance on me because the first golf tournament I ever played in was the Alabama State Amateur Tournament.
Okay.
I got in through a host exemption through the AGA, or it was at Bentbrook.
Okay.
Because it was the host site, and they let me play in it, and funny story, I was 2 under in the first round. I was the first tee time, so I like to say I was leading the tournament at one point, but I was the first tee time. I was 2 under through hole 5, and then hole 6 came around. I made a 10 on the hole. I got a little ahead of myself.
Ooh, that's. He made a 10. He made a 10.
I made a 10.
Wow. All right, cricket, stop. He made a 10. Okay. That's in a tournament. That's interesting.
And the State Am is one of the biggest events in amateur golf here.
What place you came in?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Dead.
I couldn't even tell you why I shot the rest of
You didn't come in dead last.
No,
though,
I don't think it was dead last.
Okay, that's respectable. You didn't come in dead last.
I don't think.
Sorry for the guy who came in dead last. You know who you are. But okay, so you weren't recruited. Jeremy was the hookup. Jeremy, you becoming more and more the hookup. I need to meet you soon because I have several people tell me your name, and link me and Jeremy up.
I got you.
I want him on the podcast. Jeremy, I want you to come on the podcast.
Got you.
But so Jeremy was the hookup. How was that first meeting with Coach? I'm getting Coach Smoot on the podcast too, by the way. But how was that first meeting with Coach Smoot?
The first time that I remember meeting Coach was at Bentbrook. We spoke on the phone a lot, but first time I met him in person, it was at Bentbrook, and we went out and played 9 holes. We played on the Brook 9, one of the tougher 9s on the golf course. I remember standing up there, and I was so nervous to hit that first tee shot while he was sitting there with me. I couldn't even put the ball on the tee. My hands were shaking so bad. The ball just kept falling off the tee. And I finally got up there, and I just hit a screaming duck hook left into the other fairway.
Did you not even make eye contact?
No, it was just it was one of those hit it, pick the tee up, go walk back to the cart.
Coach Smoot cool though. He probably was just like, I got it, I get it, I understand. Just hit another one.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I like Coach Smoot. So you got on the team. How was that first year?
The first year was getting used to the tournament play, the different style of golf. Because I'd played, working at Bentbrook, I played in little side games with different guys that were out there.
Play money games?
Yeah, play money games. Sorry, NCAA.
He was not playing any money games at that time.
That's true.
That was before he got on the college team.
Right.
Just so you know.
But it's just a different mindset because out there it was just make as many birdies as you can, and if you make double, pick it up, you're done. Yeah. College golf is not like that.
Yeah. You gotta get that medicine, get that 10.
Definitely. Yeah, it'll come quick too if you're not ready for it. But it was just adjusting to tournament style golf and learning how to manage golf courses, and because I used to just hit driver whenever I could. Just pull it out and rip it.
Okay, and you was a freshman at that time. Let me backtrack a little bit. Did you go to class? Did you go to class, man?
I did go to class. I did go to class.
Did you do your work for real, or did you get a pass?
No, I did my work. I did all my work.
And you graduated when? This year?
I actually graduated last year. I'm in my COVID year, so.
Okay.
I got my degree in business administration, graduated with a 3.8.
How many of y'all think he earned that 3.8?
By myself. That was myself.
Okay. Oh, but did you actually, because you was at Miles before COVID and during COVID.
Yes.
So, like, did you go to class before COVID?
Before COVID, I was in class.
I want to know what it felt like to walk on campus. I've been waiting to ask this question. What did it feel like to walk on campus?
You know, at first, it was kind of, and I'm pretty introverted myself. I stick to myself, so it was kind of that way. There wasn't much campus life for me.
Yeah.
But throughout my time there, I got to know different people on campus, some of the other athletes on the school on campus, and it is no different now than going to any other school.
Okay. I wish you could have got a little bit more of that campus life, man. You look like you could have been a Kappa, man. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness. You're not the first person to tell me that.
Oh, hey man, look, man, we got a lot of Caucasian Kappas, man. You know what I'm saying? You can always go alumni. We're here for it. But no, man. But it's good that you sometimes. You got people who just don't go to class. So it's good that you were in class, you earned it, you know what I'm saying? You were amongst the people.
Definitely.
That's a good thing.
Definitely.
Because also in the conference that y'all are in, it's all HBCUs except it is one school that's not a HBCU. It's Spring Hill.
Spring Hill.
Yeah. So I wonder have you heard anything about that conference? I wonder is that conference going to expand?
I haven't. Albany State was a member of our conference, which they still are, but their golf program kind of dissipated, and they were our quote-unquote big competition.
So who is the big competition now?
Spring Hill. Spring Hill is now.
Yeah, y'all just lost to them, right?
We did.
Tell me about that.
Well, we knew going in they were a good team. We knew we were a good team, and we thought we had a chance. We just did not perform to our level that we needed to play. And they did, per se. And
as the captain, how do you uplift teammates out the? How do you uplift yourself out the?
It's all perspective for me because 5 years ago I wasn't doing this.
Yeah.
5 years ago I thought I was going to be at some community college, going to class every day, spending $80,000 a year to go to school.
Yeah.
Racking up student loans, and Miles gave me that opportunity that I didn't have to do that.
I got the student loans, man. I ain't gonna lie, I got the student loans.
They're terrible.
I wish I would have got into golf a long time ago.
I can say the same thing.
I got no swag. Now that I can put it in the fairway and stuff. I probably could have been somebody.
There you go.
So could have got that free ride, but no, I owe UAB. I don't owe UAB. I actually owe the federal government. But that's another subject. But I did graduate from UAB. Anyway, whatever. Long story short, scholarships are great.
They are. They help out a lot. Let me tell you.
So we're gonna backtrack a little bit because I want to talk about y'all losing the Spring Hill. Y'all can get them back later. Let's talk about last year. Last year was a big year. Y'all won down at TPC Sawgrass.
Yep.
Y'all won what is it?
It's called the PGA Works Collegiate Championship.
The PGA Works Collegiate Championship, which is a great initiative that they got going on. It's taking these HBCUs and putting them on big time stages where they can get exposure and stuff like that. And they got all these other community things wrapped into that event as well. So that's good. Y'all won. Tell me about that.
Man, that was one of the greatest experiences. The pressure of playing in that event, it was something special. I love pressure. I've learned how to deal with it and how to play through it and thrive off of it, really.
Yeah.
But just being in that event and seeing my teammates succeed, and one of our individuals won it individually, or one of our players won it individually also. So it's kind of like a full suite there. But it was a lot of fun playing that, and that hosted on such a prestigious venue.
Yeah. Let's talk about 17. How you felt when you got over 17?
17, it was a little nerve-wracking, but like I told you, just breathe through it. It's just a little gap wedge.
I think people. I haven't played TPC Sawgrass, but I have played the stadium out in Palm Springs at PGA West. And to me, both of them had the same feel. Also, they both Pete Dye courses or whatever. So they had the same feel, but TPC Sawgrass 18 feels like it's more stressful to me than
oh my goodness
than 17.
That tee shot, let me tell you, TV does not do it justice. That tee shot is so tight.
Yeah.
And that water is just, it's like a magnet over there.
Well, it's like, you want to do like everybody else. You want to, you can do it too. You get a fade, but you gotta be a grown man or woman to start it out over that water and bring it back.
Not the play for me. I like to hit a fade, but I couldn't do it.
What was the play for you?
I just hit a rope draw at the trees and just aimed it out as far right as I could, and if it went in the trees, fine. But
yeah, you repeated the tiger shot.
I did.
Yeah. I'm different. See, that's what freed me up too about playing golf. Is like, I don't play on no college level or nothing like that.
Right.
I can do whatever I want to do. I just want to have fun. So me, I don't have any problem aiming dead at the water and swinging hard as I can left with an open face. Like, go. It could almost be a slice. I don't even care. As long as it start that way and go that way. But it's cool. You hit a little rope draw down there.
Yeah.
What's another, besides 17 and 18, what's another hole that stood out to you?
Well, the entire golf course is awesome. I'm just going to say that. The layout of that golf course is incredible. A hole that gave me trouble, I think it was hole 13 or 14, is a par 5.
Yeah.
It's not 12 because 12 is the drivable one, which I made birdie on, by the way.
Oh, you made a birdie, y'all. There you go. Get him shot with a birdie.
Yeah. So I don't remember what hole it was. It's just a par 5. It's a very difficult tee shot.
Yeah.
And I think I made a triple on it right after I made a birdie or something like that. So it definitely not what you want to do on par 5s, but just the experience of getting to play that golf course in a tournament setting.
How many people were in that tournament? How many teams?
Oh, gosh.
It was a lot.
Well, they had 2 different divisions, Division 1, Division 2, and then they had women's play, also Division 1, Division 2. So
technically, y'all beat a bunch of people.
We beat a bunch of people.
How did it feel to hoist that trophy?
Bringing it to the college, because it was the college's first national championship, and it was, the greeting party we got when we got back to the school was amazing. And
it wasn't amazing. It was magical.
It was magical.
It was magical, man. Come on. Y'all, the president get to hoist the trophy with y'all, man. Look, I was all the way in California. My friends hit me like, man, Miles won the championship. I'm like, oh, for real? I'm on ESPN. And then I was like, hold up. Miles is a Division 2 school. Mm-hmm. I like, man, they probably beat Alabama. Like, my mind just being like, hold up. No, wrong division. But still, y'all beat a bunch of people, though, man. How does it feel when you got – so tell me about that welcome party back at the school.
Well, Coach Smoot is always on the phone.
And singing. He be singing, too.
He sings all the time. He's always on the phone. And, but he was on the phone more than usual, which is saying something.
Yeah.
I think it was like 7 hours back from Jacksonville in that little van. And he was on the phone for 6 hours and 45 minutes of that drive. And we got to, when we hit Fairfield, got off the interstate in Fairfield, we got picked up by a police escort. We were all looking around like.
Did you know that was going to happen?
No, we had no idea. We were all looking around like, what is going on here? And they chauffeured us back to the school. And then once we got to the school, there's cheerleaders and a whole probably 150 people out in front of the welcome center at the school.
Wow.
They got the TV news stations there. Fox 6 News was there. They interviewed all of us, and it was an experience. I'll tell you that.
Wow. So, what's our chances of getting that experience again this year? Because I know the PGA World Championship is up north. What is it? Up north somewhere.
It's in Union League, Pennsylvania, right outside Philadelphia.
Union League, and it's it's a country club or something. Is that what y'all playing at?
We're playing at 2 different golf courses. It's Union League Golf Club at Torresdale,
okay,
and Union League at Liberty Hill.
Liberty Hill, that's
Liberty
the old
Hill.
one, right? The
That's a Gary Player
18. Oh yeah, 1884 or something like 94 or something like that.
Gary Player designed it. at some point.
Oh, that should be interesting. Have y'all played there before?
We have not. Mm-mm.
How do you prepare for a course that you never played before?
It's a lot of research, websites. They have multiple apps out there, Blue Golf, 18 Birdies, shout out to y'all. Y'all do a great job. GPS images, stuff like that. But you really can't get a feel for how the golf course plays until you get on the property.
Yeah.
And lucky for us, we get practice rounds on both golf courses, and so that's when we'll do most of the preparation.
Yeah. I got to ask Coach Smoot, let me travel one day so I can just hang out. I want to see how y'all prepare. Like, how do you get mentally into the game?
Mentally, it's just managing your expectations for me, because it's easy to go out there and, I expect to win this golf tournament, but you can't win the golf tournament on the first day.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself in position to do those things. And so taking it one day at a time, one shot at a time, one hole at a time, however you want to look at it, that's the most important way to do it for me.
You already been named SIAC Golfer of the Year. Do you feel like the red dot is on you right now?
Not really. No, I don't feel that way. Because they introduced it, the awards, I guess it was after day one of conference, and I was like, well, crap, I didn't really play like SIAC Player of the Year, so I guess I put a little pressure on myself. But from now, no, I don't feel that any kind of pressure on that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What does a workout look like for you? Like a lot of people feel like, some people feel like golf is technically not a sport still. Mm-hmm. But when they come train with me, or when they come to the studio, they're like, I have people leaving here, they like, man, I'm sweating, man. It's too much work. You talking about this pivot and stuff, man? Like, I don't want to work this hard. I'm like, hey, we use ground force pressure in here, buddy.
Absolutely.
So how do you get ready for a golf tournament?
Normally, we've been kind of crazy back to back, so I haven't gotten really into my routine, but I enjoy the weight room.
Okay.
I enjoy working on my body and making myself strong, both mentally and physically, because, digging it out of the dirt, you can't do it if you're mentally not there.
Yeah.
You have to be mentally there to get something out of it, So I spend a lot of time in the gym when, especially during the off season. During the off season, I hit the gym hard. Yeah. And I do a lot of lower body exercises, core. That's the main portion for me.
So we're gonna play later on, man. You got me nervous already, man. I'm like, man, we're gonna play like 2 holes. I'm like, man, I hope you don't embarrass me on camera, man. I'm glad you brought up the mental aspect of it. Mm-hmm. So how do you balance it all? Because golf can be really demanding physically and mentally on you. How do you balance that with your life,
Right. One of the reasons that I love golf so much is how much it mirrors how life is. Yeah. Everything is on you. You make the decisions that will shape the rest of your round, just like you make decisions that shape the rest of your day, life, everything, that sort of thing. So managing expectations is a big portion for me. Because I learned that here recently. Actually, I've been reading a book from a sports psychologist.
What's his name?
Brett McCabe.
Oh, okay. I haven't read that one. Okay.
A good friend of mine gave it to me to let me borrow to read it. And he talks about self-confidence and having the confidence of your own mind that you can do it, that you can be what you aspire to be. And for the longest time, I don't think I actually had that. Yeah. I think because, I'm behind the curve of all these other players, that the guys have been doing it since they were 3-4 years old, with way more tournament experience than I have. But ultimately, the confidence that I have for myself, I think that I can exceed my own expectations in that regard.
I always say golf is very mental. Like sometimes you can psych yourself out just to play bad, or the flip side, you could be good and psych yourself up and like just go out there and destroy the field. Mm-hmm. So it's all about mental. What do you do for fun? If you're not golfing, what are you doing?
I work over at a country club here in Birmingham, and I enjoy being around people and just being around the game, not necessarily playing it every day, because like you said, it will beat you up if you get into a streak where you're just not playing well, you're not hitting the ball well, you're not putting well, whatever it may be. You can get down on yourself real quick.
Oh yeah.
And so the way that I combat that is just learning from my experiences and kind of taking not necessarily a step back, but just remembering where I've come from, where I've been, what it took to get here, because that's ultimately what matters most is.
What advice would you give an amateur golfer? Like, what's the first three things that I already know what you're gonna say, but what's the first three things that they need to work on?
Well, first of all, you got to have the work ethic.
Okay.
If you want to be good at this game, you got to put in the time, because you can't. There's no cheat around that. You can't get around it. You got to put in the time and dig it out the dirt.
Yeah.
The second thing would be work on that short game. Enjoy working on the short game, chipping around the greens, different club face adjustments, different clubs. Make yourself a well-rounded short game player, and your scores will definitely drop. And the third piece of advice, I don't know how many people are going to agree with this, but I would say learn how to hit it hard.
Oh.
Like, learn how to hit it hard and swing fast and balanced. Balance being the key there. And then learn how to control it once you learn how to swing it.
I wouldn't. You know what? You got me with that one. I wasn't expecting you to say hit it hard.
Yeah.
But balanced though. Don't forget that part.
It must be balanced.
I hit it hard. I don't think I'll be balanced a lot of times though. I hit it hard though.
You're good enough. You hit it straight.
Let me ask you this: what's your favorite club in your bag?
That's a good question. I think my favorite club in my bag is going to be my pitching wedge. I use a 46-degree Vokey instead of like a stock iron set pitching wedge. If I get 138 yards, it's a birdie.
That's your number?
That's the number.
That's the number. That's when you know you're a golfer, when you got your number down to the tee.
That's the number.
That's the number. Let me ask you, this is one of my all-time favorite questions. You got a foursome.
Okay.
What three people in your foursome, dead or alive?
I just had to answer this question for the registration for the PGA Works. They asked that question. So Tiger Woods being my first, there would just be so much you could learn just from watching him play.
Yeah.
I haven't had the privilege to watch him play yet, but hopefully soon we can make that happen. But Tiger Woods would be my number one. Number two being Rory McIlroy. I think I take a lot from his game. I think he's one of my favorite players. And then number three being Dustin Johnson.
Okay.
I think he's very unique in the way he does things, and I like his mindset around the game.
Tiger, Rory, and DJ.
Mm-hmm.
That could be an interesting. Tiger and Rory kind of like. I ain't gonna say they're the same person, but like Rory is a spitting image of Tiger. Right. So it's like you kind of can pick one or the other. I don't know. Some of y'all gonna disagree with me. Whatever. It's my show. It's my opinion. That's how I feel. If you don't like it, whatever.
I don't know how much fun we would have in that group because everybody would be trying to beat each other. But
yeah, that group sound pretty. That group sound pretty intense. Like, I don't know if I want to work that hard. Like, I don't think I want to work that hard, dog. Like, no, I don't want to work that hard. Okay, so let's just talk about the future, and then we're gonna get out here and we're gonna. Hopefully, you don't embarrass me. Don't you embarrass me. What does the future hold for Christian? Are you trying to go? Are you trying to do this thing? We're going to Q school. What we gonna do?
I definitely am. I definitely want to give it a shot. Going into it, it's hard, but I feel like I've done way more difficult things in my life, and I think it's one of those things I can handle. It goes back to that self-confidence thing we were talking about earlier. You have to have that, and if you don't have it, there's no way you're going to make it.
Yeah.
So the more of that you have, the better your chances are. And right now I have a lot of it, and I'm going to give it a shot.
Hey, you said that very confident too.
I did.
You're like, I'm going to give it a shot. How important is the pivot in the golf swing?
It's very important. It's where all your power comes from. If you don't have a pivot, your positions are going to be off more than likely, and it's just going to be armsy, and it's just not going to be what you want it to be. The pivot is how I manufacture all of my power.
Yep.
It's what allows me to use the ground for force. It's what allows me to create speed in the downswing.
Like, walk us through it slow motion,
okay,
and then kind of hit one for it. Then I'll talk about my thoughts around the pivot as well. Okay. And is it safe to say it's two pivots in the golf swing? I feel like you got a first one, but then you got a secondary one as well.
Okay, I can see that.
You see that? Okay.
Definitely. All right, guys. So the first thing that I like to do when I'm hitting, especially if I'm just on the golf course hitting drive, I like to visualize my shot. So I visualize what shape I like, set up to it. So if I want to hit a draw, I'm going to set up to how I like to hit a draw. And the first thing I like to think of is a strong base. If you have a strong base, it's going to create a lot of balance. And balance is very key in the golf swing.
I believe in that. We agree on that.
Absolutely. So where the pivot comes in, when you take the club back, you don't want any lateral shift this way. Okay, you don't want your body shifting this and this away. Okay, so the pivot comes right here. It's not necessarily a weight shift. I call it a pressure shift.
Yes.
That's the way I like to think of it.
Yep.
So I'm standing here. My pressure right now, just at address, is about right here in my foot.
Yep.
When I take that club back and it's here, the pressure goes to right here in this heel.
Yes.
It's not rolling over this way. My body's not moving this way. It's just a turn into this back hip.
We 100% agree on that, because what I like for my players to feel is I tell them it's a brick wall right here,
Yes.
and a brick wall right here.
Mm-hmm.
You have to turn, and you not even turn. You have to pivot between that brick wall.
Yes.
As this knee kicks in, the pressure starts to shoot down through this heel. I say, imagine your right foot is like a corkscrew
Yep.
going in the ground. This is the invisible power that most people don't talk about in the golf swing, and you can't see it. You can look at 1,000 videos all day long, but you can't really see it a lot because that pressure is going down through the ground like a corkscrew in that right foot.
Very important. It's almost like you want to feel this
Yep.
without actually letting this leg move. So club gets back, pressure gets right there, and as you'll see from this angle, my body is not moving this way. It is a straight turn. I'm staying inside this boundary here,
Yes.
just like that. So once you've gotten there and you get to the top of your backswing, then you have a pretty big, this is what you would call the second pivot.
Yes, that's what I call it. I
Right
don't call the move the
Right.
second, but I call once you get past the move. Some people call it pressure shift.
Mhm.
Some people call it moving the pressure.
Right.
But once you make that shift, some people call it a squat, because you got some players who actually get here and then they move, but then they compress and
Press.
squat
Mhm.
at the same time, which
Yeah.
is I like that.
Mhm.
I'm with that ideology, and I really
Right.
like that a lot.
I have
But-
a slight version of that.
Exactly, but the secondary is after you make that move. Now this works back.
Boom.
And there you go,
That trail, that lead hip, up and back,
up and back. There you go.
just like that. Notice how my heel is staying on the ground here.
Yep,
It's not breaking down, my legs aren't breaking down. It's just boom, just like that.
yep,
And that will create a lot of speed
yep.
going down into the ball.
My coach out in California, Glenn, used to call it. He said you pulling on levers. We got all these different levers. Brendan, we got all these different levers in the golf swing. I'm just messing with you, Glenn. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So hit another one for us.
Okay.
I mean, if you do go 300 again, that'll be great. Down the middle.
With the pivot.
Make sure you do that. That's gonna keep you from going bad ways. Okay. Okay.
Fade on.
Little fade. 326, a little fade.
326 with a little miss hit.
Oh, you 35 yards out. That ain't bad. You playing golf right there. You want another one?
One more.
All right.
Just for the viewers.
We'll give her one more.
Just for the viewer, just for y'all. All right, I'm gonna draw this one out there. All right.
Hello. And that'll be on the green, sir. That'll be over the green, sir.
Oh, well.
336. That's disrespectful, man. Get out my house.
Okay.
I don't like that right there. I can't do that, man. I can do it every 10 shots. He do it on command. So is it safe to say one of the pivots in your life is when you went to Bentbrook that day?
Absolutely. And even before then, the decision to transfer schools, I went to a middle school in Northport, and I transferred out my 9th grade year. I made a big decision to leave all my friends in the past and transfer out and make new friends. Had to start all over.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody at that school,
Yeah.
except for my mom. She was a teacher there. She taught, high school math.
Yeah.
so which I'm not good at. Sorry, Mom. And so
Don't matter. He gonna hire an accountant, Mom.
That's right.
He gonna be good.
As long as I can count to 69, I'll be okay.
Hey, well, you better than me. As long as I can count to 81, I'm good. But no, so yeah, and that's good that you were able to do that. Like, kind of like me when I moved to California, I didn't know anybody. Like, I just went out there,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And the same people who called me B Mason in Birmingham was the same people who called me B Mason in California. Well, you know, they called me B Mason in California. Mm-hmm. Now I got all y'all on YouTube who call me B Mason. I don't know y'all either, but I love y'all too. You know, so that's cool, man. Look, I have we gonna get out here. We're gonna do a little short game. Okay. We're gonna play 2 holes. I'm gonna hold my own, hopefully. And it was good having you on here, man. I want to congratulate you on being the golfer of the year.
Man, thank you. I appreciate it.
I really need y'all to go up there and bring back home another championship.
We're gonna do it
to Birmingham, aka Fairfield, where Miles is at. Miles is just like another city right by Birmingham. We all together, y'all. So
it's all Birmingham. We're bringing it back for Birmingham.
It's all the Magic City, man. We need another trophy before you leave. You owe it to the city. So let's do that.
We can do it.
Can you promise you're gonna do that?
We'll do it.
All right, we're gonna get out here. We're gonna get out here and hopefully I don't embarrass myself. Let's do it. All right, Christian, we out here in the simulator. You've been here before. Christian a whole bunch of time in here. We're playing number 8 and number 12 at Abu Dhabi. So we're in Dubai right now, and we having a good time. It's sunny. We got palm trees, so that's always a good thing. So this is a par 5, 568 yards. It's a dog leg left. When you come over a hole like this, looking at the map in the corner, what are you thinking?
Well, first thing I'm thinking, what kind of shape I'm looking at here. So I see on the far right side of the fairway, you've got 2 fairway bunkers.
Yeah.
For me, visually, I like to turn the ball off the fairway bunkers.
Okay.
That's what I typically like to do. Some holes they don't give you that option, but if they're there, I think they're good aiming points.
Got it.
To move it off of a fairway bunker.
So you like
that's what I'm visualizing.
So you like these aiming points, like so you're gonna pin this right off the fairway bunker, and I guess you're gonna hit a drawback.
We'll draw right to it.
All right. Well, that sounds exciting. I don't know if I'm gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna find out. I'm giving the honors to you. All right. You totally beasted that.
Oh, sit down.
All right.
Oh.
So you just hit that drive. You know how far you hit that?
I did not.
Would you like to know how far you hit that?
Yeah, give it to him.
You hit that thing. Lord have mercy. Oh, it ain't gonna show me. I gotta show you that. But I saw it. It's 358 yards. 358 yards. All right. I can guarantee you that I'm not gonna hit it 358 yards. Go as high as the high sky would go. Boom! Alright, that was a nervous shot. It's all good. I get to hit again. Alright, I'm 327. I'm gonna just make a little. I should have swung hard, man. I didn't swing hard. That was my nervous swing.
Nervous swing.
A little chunky. I'll take it. Don't go in there!
Ooh.
200 in the bunker. They're way hard. All right, it's on you.
It's the pivot.
Hey, make a pivot. Just make his pivot. Don't make my pivot. All right, 220.
220. I got a 4-iron.
224 iron. You going dead? You going dead at it?
That's a pretty stock number for me.
So. All right. 224 iron. Dead at it. Let's see it.
Oh, that's a layup.
It's a layup. I mean, now you get to see that short game you talk about so much. All right, it's on me. Oh, I came off of it. Oh, it's all bad. All right, it's on you, man. What is that, 3? Okay, I need to get up.
I think it's you again. They got it on you again.
Dang, it's still on me, y'all. good thing it's a par 5. So this is a good thing about golf, y'all. Technically, if I get it up there close and I tap it in, it's still a par. So even when you're playing like trash, you still can be decent sometimes. That's a nervous swing. I'm getting a bogey, y'all. I'm getting a bogey.
35 yards.
All right, man. Make this group respectable.
35.
You on shot number 3. This ain't nothing but the up and down tap in. You out. I'm picking up. Told you. Oh, you gotta put that again. What they got you?
1.7.
Okay. You got a par.
I'll take a par.
I gotta chip this in to get a par. I was trying to
dunk it.
I was trying to dunk it.
Dunk
I was trying to save myself, y'all. I got
1.8.
I got a bogey. I'll take it. I got a bogey. I got a bogey against this dude who hitting it 350. I feel good about myself. All right.
All right, 176.
176. Cross the water. What that is for you? Like a 9-iron?
That's no. That's a in between 7 and 8. Always go with the longer club.
In between 7 and 8.
Always go with the longer club and hit it soft.
See, that's why he playing, and that's why he trying to go pro. Cause me, I'm hitting 7 hard as I can.
All right, 176. See if I can just fade it right off that tree there.
So with the longer.
Oh, no.
Oh, he let me in the dough.
No.
He let me Mason in the dough. You want? Come on, man. I'm gonna give you a mulligan.
You gonna give me a mulligan?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a mulligan, man.
Oh man.
You never played here before. I'm gonna give you a mulligan. All right.
I don't deserve a mulligan. What the hell? Oh goodness.
What you got in your hand?
It's a 7-iron.
See, you softed it, man. You can't soft it. You gotta hit it, man.
All right.
I just told you, step on the 7-iron.
176, huh?
He let me in the dough, y'all, but I gave him a mulligan. There you go. Oh, that's too much.
Oh my goodness. That's
Hey.
it. All right.
That's why I ain't no caddy, y'all. Oh, I'm in the dough. I'm in
Got
the
a
dough.
chance.
All right, Brady, come. See, this is when the nerves get you right here, because you get excited. You be like, yeah. How do you center yourself right now?
Breathe.
All right,
That's
breathe.
all it is. In your nose, out your mouth.
You know what to do. It's easy work right here. Make a pivot. All right. Come on!
Uh-oh.
Get down. Get down and spin.
Oh, you're on there.
Uh-oh. I'm in the house, baby. With the par.
All
With
right.
the par.
Gotta get it up and down.
Come on, man.
Good shot. Good shot.
Thank you, man. This is the house that B. Mason built.
30 yards. Going a little left to right, it looks like.
Ooh, that's saucy. Okay.
Hold on down there.
Okay. Give me one. 1.6.
Close.
All right. Who won? You won. You beat me by 2. You beat me by 2. I didn't listen, y'all. I didn't expect to win, just so y'all know that. I did not expect to win. All right. So we're gonna go out here to the short game. I want to see your chipping skills.
Okay.
I got a little green out here. We got a very small target to hit into.
All right.
And I want to see how we do that. So let's go. We're going this way. All right, so this is what we're going to do here. We got these little softballs, the little practice balls and practice with. We're not going to use the real balls because then we'll beat up the garage. So we got to get in that target. It don't matter where you get in at, you just got to get in. Whoever get in the most, win. You got 3 balls. If both of us miss, then both of us just suck. So we're gonna figure out what happened. Let's do it. When you get over these little pitch shots, what are you thinking? How's your body moving? What does it take to get to that target? You gotta land it there. Like you can't hit it, let it roll. It's gotta land there.
First thing I'm thinking about is trajectory. You know, pick a landing spot.
Yeah.
And how much green you have to roll out with, certain things like that.
Yeah.
For this one, it's not on a green or anything. I'm just thinking about what trajectory I want to hit it into that net. I'm going to go with a little lower trajectory, so I'm going to play the ball a little bit further back in my stance.
Yep.
Got not all my weight, but I'm probably 70-30 here. And I don't want any hinge or release on this wedge in this shot. So I'm thinking all upper body. Is just turn my chest right to the top.
Yep.
That's all I'm thinking about.
All right, let's see it.
The ball a little bit further back.
You got 3 chances to get it in here, man.
Took off.
You can't judge this rough, man. This that what is it, Kuya or something?
Kuya grab. All right, a little bit further back this time.
Ooh.
I hit it.
All right.
Last one.
Oh, he got one.
One.
He got one, y'all.
Got one. I didn't get skunked.
All right. Let me get in here and get this. Okay. When I do this, I'm kind of thinking, you know, the same like you think. I don't know. I don't really play it back though. I kind of play it in the middle a little bit, but the higher my hands go, the higher the ball goes. So I think about just keeping it very low. I just feel like I'm holding the face open. You know what I'm saying? Now, take all that with a grain of salt. Because it does what I want to do sometimes. Sometimes it don't. That's high hands. Alright, I messed that up. I got
Hard to judge these little rubber things.
Man, that thing jumped out of there, man. I wasn't even trying to get it that hard. Alright. It's gonna be right there. Oh! Y'all saw that, right?
Bullseye.
Y'all saw that, right? Alright, one more chance. Okay. Come on, Brandon. Don't embarrass yourself. Do it for Bama. Are you a Bama fan?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Roll Tide.
I mean, Northport, right down there about Tuscaloosa.
Roll Tide.
You want one? My nerve kicked in. I had the jitters, man. So would you consider putting one of your strong suits, or?
I do. You know, regardless of the numbers that I got on the simulator last time I was in here. I know my tendencies and what I tend to do with the ball.
Well, that was the simulator did help identify
Absolutely.
what was going on.
It did. And, but yes, I definitely consider putting one of my strong suits.
All right. So this is 9.5 feet on the stent, 10 on the stent meter. You should be able to just drain like 3 of these in a row, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. If I putting contest. One. Precious. Oh, he hit the first one, y'all. Oh, them two. The gold ball.
Money ball.
The money ball. Let's see if he's gonna leave the door open for me. Can he drain the money ball, folks? Oh! You almost ate it. Oh, you almost ate it. All right. So it's safe to say that like you get over these putts and you just feel like, you know, 100% confident or whatever. Like, what are you thinking? Do you have any thoughts?
I have no thoughts.
You're just dead-minded over putts. That's a good way to be. You shouldn't, because the minute you have thoughts, that's the minute you start missing them or whatever. So that's good that you don't think about anything. Me, when I'm putting, I like to talk to people when I'm putting. Because it make me feel more confident.
He's good like that.
Yeah, I just like, so I'll be out there, you don't want to play with me on the real. I am not who you want to play with on a real course, okay? I will piss you off because I'm not there. A lot of people take the game very serious. Golf was an outlet for me, so I started playing golf to take my mind off other stuff and then fell in love with the game, and it's a whole story. But I'm not who you want to play with because I'll be talking to you like, how your mama doing? Oh, your mama doing fine? Okay, how your sister doing? What you ate for breakfast this morning? You like chicken? And I'll just sit out there and I'll just, you know,
Make putts like
make putts. I'm like, yeah.
Make putts like it's nothing.
I'm like, yeah, that's cool. All right, don't lip like he just did. I need you to go in the hole so I can tie this up and be respectful, okay? All right. Okay.
Ooh, all right.
We tied up. You beat me. All right, Christian. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it, brother, man. It was a good time. I feel like we learned a lot about you, man. I wish you and the Miles College Golden Bears success on this upcoming PGA Works tournament.
Thank you.
Congratulations, SIAC Golfer of the Year. Thank you for coming by. How you like the studio?
I love the studio. This is an awesome setup, guys.
Yeah, man.
It really is.
I put a lot of thought into it, so it looked like it. It get hot in here. I need some AC out here. I got AC in there, no AC out here. So when you come in the putting studio, you better be ready to work.
Yes, sir.
But now, so thanks. You are on the inaugural version of Make a Pivot, man, and I appreciate it, man. It's like you the first popping the chick. Let me not say that. But anyway, you the first. Thank you. It's gonna be more to come, man. If y'all like this video and more videos, I gotta do my YouTube thing right quick. You watch YouTube a lot?
I do.
Okay, watch it. If y'all like videos and more videos like this, please remember to subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when more Make a Pivot podcasts come out. It's only gonna be exclusively on YouTube, so you gotta watch it on YouTube. You can either watch it or listen to it, but you can only find us on YouTube. And I appreciate y'all for watching it the whole time. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate it. I'll holler at y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
I don't need no college, cause I'm getting stupid amounts. Yeah, I'm getting stupid amounts. Ayy, so much that I'm losing accounts. Ayy, I'm a young boss in my state. Yeah, so I gotta stay in my town. Ayy, I think I'm staying around. Ayy, what is they talking about? Ayy.